Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. This is going to be a weekly reading. This is the Mantegna Tarot, a deck of archetype cards. Let's see what kind of characteristics we can aim to emulate for the week ahead. Where can we focus our attention, gain our encouragement, use our strengths? We have polymnia, justice, strength, and astrology. This deck here is the Rain Shadow Tarot. All of these decks were shuffled prior to going on camera. What is the story for the week? What kind of energies will we encounter? I have 8 of Wands showing up first here. There's another one. 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, Page of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and 6 of Pentacles. No questions asked. This deck is the Divine Feather Messenger. This is a deck of oracle cards. Pelican. Oh, I'm going to take the run there. Polymnia is card number 15, Justice card number 37, Strength card number 36, Astrology card number 29. For the Oracle we have Pelican and Wren. Choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise your vibration. Wren, be bold and confident. Use all of your resources to create your dreams. With the 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, Page of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and 6 of Pentacles. Let's start with the Pelican here for the Oracle card. The Pelican is a water bird with an unmistakable pouch and bill. The bird is quite light and buoyant in spite of its size, and is a symbol of lightness on the water. This imagery calls our attention to our own ability to rise above the heaviness of life. The water is a symbol of emotions, and Pelican teaches us to not become overwhelmed by them. Most importantly, Pelican dives deep into the watery world of emotion and rises back up, urging us to do the same. The action of moving through the emotional world calls for selflessness and forgiveness. The weight of grudges, resentment, and guilt can pull us down below the surface. Pelican Messenger is here to share the power of forgiveness. Now is the time to take a look around your life and see what and who needs forgiveness and release. By attaching ourselves to old pain, judgment, and resentments, we cannot move forward. Forgiveness does not mean giving approval to others' behaviors or actions. The power of forgiveness is simply a gift to ourselves that allows us to let go of the past and feel lighter in the present. To forgive others can sometimes be easier than forgiving ourselves, so show yourself the grace of forgiveness. Let go of the weight of old guilt. Forgive and rise above the surface of your life. The energies associated with Pelican are forgiveness, selflessness, emotions. It's associated with the seasons of spring, summer, and fall, the elements water and air, the colors brown and white, and the affirmation says, I forgive everything and everyone, especially myself. If you're at all interested, there is a prayer that works really well for healing and forgiveness. It is, I'm drawing a blank on what it's called. It's of Hawaiian origin. I'll have to post it in the comments or in the description box. The next oracle card is Wren. Wren is a small springtime bird that is said to be the king of birds and lucky as well. Adored as much as the robin in lore, we see Wren in many folk tales as an adaptable and resourceful bird. His powerful voice gives the impression of a much larger bird and allowed it to sing all day with great confidence. The wren's sensitivity to temperature indicates that we too need to be sensitive to extremes. Wren is clever, and the pagan traditions associated this messenger to the earth gods and goddesses with sharing their earth-based wisdom. The wrens help us to realize we are the sum of all of our gifts. The divine wren flutters in to remind you that you already possess all the resources you need. Rather than seeking more, looking here and there, now is the time to stand strongly and confidently in this acceptance of what is already present. You will create the shift you seek. Watch out for any tendency toward extreme behavior. It is important to find the balance rather than to overdo it. Being bold and confident comes from strength within, not from a false sense of self. Wren guides you beautifully through this new exploration and invitation to grow. The gift of this messenger is adaptability. The energies associated with Wren are confidence, resources, adaptability. It's associated with the seasons of winter and spring, the elements of earth and air, the colors brown and gray. The affirmation says, my confidence and inner strength guide me forward. It seems that in addition to confidence, resources, and adaptability, there's also a message here about moderation and balance. I'm still trying to think of the prayer for healing and forgiveness for Pelican. Perhaps I'll come back to it. It'll come to me. So with the Mantegna Tarot here, we have 4 cards. Polymnia is card number 15. This is the archetype for aesthetics. Discover the inner beauty of things. I think there was something in this card, Pelican. We are the sum of our gifts, and sometimes we don't recognize our own inner beauty, the inner beauty within ourselves. There is a full moon here, which suggests the potential of shedding some light onto our gifts, our beauty that we seldom acknowledge. There's also an air instrument here, which is indicative of harmonizing energy. It's about having patience and appreciation. discover the inner beauty of all things. The next card is Justice, card number 37. This is the archetype for balance. Weigh each opinion before expressing it. And here in the card, the protagonist has a scale to weigh each opinion. The protagonist also bears this sword of truth. The sword and our words can both be cutting, so perhaps this is an indication that through the course of the week we should be mindful of our words and be considerate about how we express ourselves, our opinions, etc. Card number 36 here is the card Strength. This is the archetype for energy. Act quickly and decisively. This is also about supporting your ideas and your opinions, your choices. Sometimes this is a card that implies we should have a backbone to stand up for our convictions. But overall, it's a card about being able to support ourselves, our beliefs, to stand behind that which we believe. Strength, energy, act quickly and decisively. So when you do make your choices, when you do take your actions, stand behind the choices of your actions. Own it. Next we have the confidence behind those choices, right? That's where Ren comes into play with this card. Astrology is number 29. This is the archetype for fatalism. Understand the cycles which condition certain events. This is a reminder to observe and contemplate patterns, whether they are your own habitual patterns or those of others. This could be the moods, our mood, the mood of those around us, how things evolve based on our struggles. There are external forces at play, and we can consider those external forces, such as the cosmos, implied by this sphere of stars. Understand the cycles which condition certain events. There's a cause and effect in a lot of things, in a lot of our experiences, how we react to things. If you are able to recognize certain patterns, perhaps you will have more control over a response instead of a reaction. Looking at the tarot below here, we have the 8 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 6 of Pentacles. The 8 of Wands can be quick decisions and fast communication. This is passionate energy, quickly moving, passionate energy. The suit of Wands is a suit of fire, the fire signs. It is that enthusiasm and passion of the fire signs. And the 8 suggests quick movement. And that's generally associated with communication, quick movement of words. But we must also consider body language, electronic communication, etc. Next to the 8 of Wands, with quick, passionate communication, we have the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands can be seen as a burden, In the traditional tarot, it is an individual carrying 10 wands on his back. They have become heavy and burdensome, and yet in the background, in the distance, he's almost reached his castle or his home where he can finally put down the burden and enjoy the fruits of his labor, his harvest. In this particular deck, the Ten of Wands here shows a lion under what appears to be a sun formed by plant life. There's a flower here in the center and depictions of plant life radiating from the center, and two symbolically illustrated eyes. And underneath in the bottom here, there are also eyes in the fields, eyes in the waves, and an individual with a bundle on his back. Again, indicating the weight of the world, the weight of the burden that we have been carrying. And yet the lion shows that we've had the strength. We have the strength to reach home with that harvest. We have the strength to appreciate and celebrate the result of our investments, right? We plant seeds and we wait for the harvest. The harvest is the result of the investment of the seeds. And the lion shows us we have the strength to endure the burden of having toiled the fields and tended to the harvest. Here next to the Eight of Wands, it seems that within a time frame, presumably of this week, we will feel a sense of satisfaction, a strength and confidence from our achievements, right? Pride, and also be able to put the burden down or slowly release it so that we can enjoy our harvest. There has been work done up to this point that we should be benefiting or celebrating. We are, it looks like, reaching a point of climax from which we can look back and see how far we've traveled. Now, next to the Ten of Wands here is the Ten of Swords. This is sometimes a card that is a symbol of death. It is an end. Traditionally, it is an individual with 10 swords in his back. In this particular deck, we have some kind of animal here in a field. I'm not quite sure what kind of animal this is. The Ten of Swords, traditionally with the 10 swords in the back, is feeling completely defeated, sometimes betrayed, and something's been overdone. This is to say that in the traditional tarot, when you see the card with the protagonist with the swords in the back, you would think that the one sword would kill the individual, the protagonist. He's done. But there is an excessiveness to the situation, that one sword wasn't enough. 2, 3, 4, and so on until you get to 10. It's extreme. This could be a situation where somebody's boundaries have been crossed so many times, and then they finally put their foot down and put an end to the entire situation. Or as we look at this card with the animal here, which appears to be dead in the field, the so-called swords seem to be stakes surrounding the animal like a fence, as if this animal is fenced in. It is imprisoned in a way, Often the swords are representative of thought and clarity, truth. So I raise the question, is the protagonist of this card, the Ten of Swords, imprisoned by truths? Has the truth put something to rest? Are these thoughts? Is the protagonist encircled by thought? Sometimes we see that with the Nine of Swords. That is that feeling of staying up all night with a monkey mind. If you reflect on this card, perhaps you'll see something within it that resonates with you. Overall, the Ten of Swords suggests that something has ended, something is over. Perhaps with the passionate communication and the burden here, we were able to finally put down the burden and have a celebration from the satisfaction we feel from completion, right? From the harvest. That also, that puts an end to something. That puts it's a marker so that we can focus our attention on the future, and it puts an end to something. So if this bountiful harvest that is the Ten of Wands is a financial windfall, perhaps we get to put an end to the struggles and hardships of living paycheck to paycheck, for example. An end to something. Next to that Ten of Swords, we have the Page of Swords. The page is an enthusiastic, confident individual who sometimes lets the enthusiasm surpass the risk. Unlike the Fool has assessed the risk involved in taking the leap of faith and decides to take the leap anyway. But the Page of Swords, this individual is high energy and confident and secure in his footing here. Perhaps too secure. It's unclear. The protagonist, however, does trust in thought. This bird implies thought. Perhaps he trusts his ideas. It appears that he trusts in the cosmos, the divine plan. It's a curious individual who is excited to learn and discover new information. The key with this particular card is that you don't want to get too excited. This is about opening up your world to something new, learning something new. We just want to have a little bit of balance from the Wren here in our confidence. The moderation. To be careful and watch our step so that we don't slip on a rock, twist an ankle. Next card is the Wheel of Fortune. This suggests that fortune is turning in our favor. And it's here next to the Six of Pentacles, which is a card about reciprocity, material balance, the return on your investment, whether that's an investment of time, a monetary investment, an investment of energy, an investment of thought. Perhaps if something does end here with the Ten of Swords, we find that we are clear for a new path that returns the investment of our energy and dedication. I'm going to take a look with the Visconti Tarot to get a little bit of clarity on this reading. The Magician. The Four of Wands. The Ace of Cups. The Ten of Cups. Is there one more card? Yes. The Queen of Cups. Okay, this actually gives me good clarity. It's the clarity that I was seeking. So the Magician here has the ability to transform from the heavens and bring through magic and transformation to earth his dreams. So be bold and confident. Use all of your resources to create your dreams. The Magician is very much in alignment with this card, Ren. You have the skills, the abilities, all of the resources to bring your dreams into reality. There's passion behind it and strength. There's the Four of Wands here. This is a card of completion. Again, as we're seeing the Ten of Wands, a completion, like a finish line. You have harvested your crop, and now it is time to cross that finish line and celebrate the completion of the cycle. Also, with the Ten of Swords, is additionally another symbol of the end of a cycle. With the Ace of Cups here, this is a different energy looking at these cards. The Ace of Cups is an offer of love. It is typically and traditionally seen as the universe handing out this cup of love. It is the universe offering up this opportunity that should feel emotionally satisfying. So whatever end this is an end to something in the past, to, what do they say? Something about beating a dead horse. It's just, there's a point where going over something becomes excessive. And I see that this is the closure of something from the past. And by putting it in the past, leaving it in the past, letting it go, you're opening up for this energy to come in here with the Ace of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Pentacles with reciprocity. What this does is, with the Page of Swords, having a youthful perspective and being open-minded to learn new things opens you up to this Ten of Cups, which is overall emotional satisfaction, a feeling of having everything that you want, and perhaps wanting to share it with others or someone else. Right? This is these cups are a suit of emotion associated with the water signs. Having the Ten of Cups is a completion of satisfaction. This is happiness, a sense of contentment, and it is coupled here with the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is very sensual and deep, and she is able to look within this chalice deep into her emotions, much like the pelican is able to dive deep into the waters of emotion and come back up with a sense of balance, able to sort of shake off the heaviness, the weight of emotion. The king and queen are both very stable in their emotions. They are they're seasoned at addressing emotion. They have the ability to maintain their balance on the moody seas of water. So when they do express emotion, it is well thought out and it comes from a place of balance. With the pelican here, because these cards sort of feed off of each other, it's a reminder to find forgiveness within and to forgive others around you so that you can step back in to the positivity of your own vibration. And it looks like doing that brings that sense of emotional fulfillment as well as a sense of balance associated with the Six of Pentacles. That's the reading for the week ahead. Thank you so much for coming to Compass Starlight.